guys are releasing. I'm so excited, especially when they announce that they're going to do a SHINee comeback. I think it's this year, right? Not next year. I can't deal with it being next year. I think it's this year. I thought we'd just be waiting for them to come back, but the fact that like 2 of them have already released songs and it may not stop depending on when the comeback is actually going to be. Probably get a Taemin comeback. Blessed, absolutely blessed. Next time I will also do some other stuff from that album, and I'll do the dance practices or lives on Patreon of Killer and Circle. So see you there. It's like it's like SM are recycling their sets. This is like the Heartbreak set for Minho. You probably finished and they were like, Key. Oh, he definitely has a sound. Oh, I love that move. No, that move. It's like being overwhelmed with emotion. That's what he's explained. Oh, that control. Okay, no, can we actually give a moment for how he really has a distinctness about him, his musicality and also his performance. So recently it's been a lot of retro type sounds. They're using like disco synthesizers to get that effect, and then you've also got there's certain poses that he does. So there's a blank stare straight on, there's the like look up and down when he's like in motion, so he starts bottom and comes up, and he's really good at also using the like the sides. He's not always in the center. There's like lots of elements that are just very key, and I feel like he definitely has I probably need to watch some of his a lot more of his earlier stuff to work it out, but there does seem to be either developing or has always been a very like key component to who he is. I don't know why I use key in that. Oh, the smack. The killer that comes slowly before you notice it's there. Oh, and the Michael Jackson Thriller. Wow, that shot was nice. Not only did he actually like maybe light this car on fire, he's actually adding more gasoline to it. There's such a like symmetry in what was happening before. So even in Gasoline, I think the last shot was like fire burning in a circle. I've watched that music video so many times, I'm pretty sure that was the last shot. So he's also bringing that in, because sometimes with repackaged albums they're completely different, but that's not him, that's not who he is. Like, he's bringing a synergy to it as well. Oh, and that's a Bad Love dance. I love that move. I love that. Oh, break up. So it's like his heartbreak and regret. Oh, that was it happened a little while ago, but that was really interesting. That shot where you've got a green light and a yellow light, and green is kind of like newness, yellow is joy, and he's in the middle, so it's almost like even representing heartbreak. And it seems like he's talking about regret over that heartbreak, and so he's in the center. He's moved from the joy because he's not feeling that anymore because of the heartbreak, but he's not quite ready to move into the green, which is like the new relationship, or just like the new you. He's stayed central, and he's wearing dark clothes because he's still feeling like that darkness. That's really let's hear it again. And the circle from Gasoline. I like this song more than Gasoline. I love this.
Promise you won't regret. Promise you won't forget.
Oh, it's distorted. Oh, that's even nicer. That's even better. I thought in that part he was going to go straight into like the power moment, but he didn't. There was a pause, and then when he went into it, it was distorted. It sounded like, production wise, it sounded so nice. It's very eerie. Oh my gosh, she's such a proficient dancer. So precise. The different elements of personality we're getting with the different shots and outfits. His blonde hair, it's just amazing. It's so good on him. I really like that song. That's gonna be up there when it comes to like key song. I thought Bad Love was one of my faves, but that's really up there. I think there's a way that when it comes to the chorus, it just becomes very explosive, and he can hit those notes very quickly. He doesn't need to like prepare into it. He can literally just go straight into it, and it makes that chorus so full, so explosive, so just like at you. And especially with like the imagery, it's just even more intense. I really liked that. I think it showcases his vocals, but not in a way where it was like overt and that was like the full focus. There was a balance, and I think that while Gasoline, music video wise, is just epic, this is like a bit more of a storyline. Not quite as much of like, you don't get the full like trend, the timeline that you get maybe in like Minho. I think is probably the best when it comes out of SHINee when it comes to like a storyline. I probably need to see more Jonghyun stuff as well actually, but Minho's really good at doing like a full storyline, so I don't think he was doing that, but I think he's giving you definitely like the start, middle, end, and he's also giving like intense precision, and his like stylistic choices of presentation, so you know all of those elements of where he's looking and what his body's doing are just really beautiful. So let's go to Onew. Sir Cole. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like your life flashing before your eyes. Oh my. So sorry. I haven't listened to his voice for a little while. I don't know what I've been doing, but for some reason I haven't really been listening to his voice, and it always gets me every single time he starts. There is still a shock in me. I think I discovered SHINee like at least a year and a half ago. I should be over this by now. And definitely when it comes to all of them, I'm very amazed by their talent. But there's just, I don't know, there's something about Onew's voice that every time it starts, it catches me off guard, and that's just what happened. I think I was focused on the imagery, and then he he just came in and it. Actually, I'm not gonna apologize. This is what his voice does. Oh, they're stopping at certain points.
영원히 태양, 바람, 구름, 비와 바다로 봄과 여름, 가을, 겨울 사이로 만난 이별 모두
the different seasons and stages of life.
위에 우린 함께 흘러가고 다른 얼굴과 다른 모양의 마음들 부족하지도 완벽하지도 않음으로
It's like he's on a stage.
같은 태양 아래서 다른 그림자를 그리는 우리 이름이 채우지 않은 마음이 있어 천천히 동이트는 느린 새벽의 행복.
This is an AX's music video. This is a showcase of an actor. No, they're different. Oh gosh. Oh, I'm gonna go through it in this. The different emotions in each of those sequences that we're seeing that he's representing. You know, he starts off very stoic, and so I think that's trying to represent that all of these seasons I'm still me, like this is who I am. Like that in itself is something, but then we're getting those slight kind of emotional changes. So when he's looking, he's dead straight, and then like that smile start to appear. All of that is just such a like, I don't know, I don't think it's like regular acting. Like that's where you know that someone actually does this and wants to do this properly.
영원히 태양, 바람, 구름, 비와 바다로 봄과 여름, 가을, 겨울 사이로 만난 이별 모두 다른 적 없는
I'm finding the phone is bloody.
우린 함께 흘러가고 사람들은 웃고 나만 힘든 것 같았을 때
The rabbits are him.
내가 웃을 때 누군가의 긴 밤은 사무치게 외로웠을 때 서로 그렇게 닮아서 말없이 않을 수 있는 우리
Oh, it's a Truman Show. It's a Truman Show being watched, being in a glass box, and everyone is watching your life and kind of cheering on certain things, but judging everything that you do, and you're there living very blissfully. So that, you know, that environment that he's in, it's got like the representation of him being, I think like one of his nicknames or whatever is like the bunny. So it's that representation, but also it's a very idyllic setting that he's in. And so you're like really happy, even like his outfit, it just looks very like 90s kind of book stories, and so he's feeling very idyllic and, you know, happy and joyful, but yet you're actually in a glass box and there is an exit, but you're not taking it, you're sitting down. And I think that is such a that's really deep when it comes to like his life and his career and what he's doing. And I know a little bit about some of the challenges and the judgment that he's faced for like previous situations. So that like really helps. I'm so apologising for going back on Onew. I'm going back. Here he's like connecting with previous selves, but it's that note that he did. It was so stretched out and so delicate. It was so beautiful before we then get into like the chorus, which is much more tempo driven. Oh, I missed it.
영원히 태양, 바람, 구름, 비와 바다로 봄과 여름, 가을, 겨울 사이로 만남, 이별 모두 다른 적 없는 파도 위에 우린 함께 흘러가고 태양
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's really that's really beautiful. Like, that's genuinely made me emotional. I think his voice always has the potential, but some of the like expressions that he had there, it just really makes you think about like the fullness of life. It is like, I think he's representing the circle of life and how you know, different situations like from childhood and like as you grow up, different things are happening, and some of those environments are definitely him and his career now, but there are elements that are childhood, and I think he's talking about it being the end, but we never see him taking the stairs to the new world, or we never see him kind of like outgrowing that current state that he's in. So there is like a bittersweetness about not knowing what the future holds, but maybe, you know, just accepting that there is like a balance. Like when it comes to the lyrics, it's a very like not quite contrasting but complementary. The lyrics are very complementary about like the seasons and time frames. It's very like balanced, and so I mean that is circle, like the symbolism of circle anyway. The, you know, it's a continuum, and whatever happens, it will be balanced. It's not necessarily the start and the end. It's all just kind of like continuing and part of one, and it's whole. It's perfect. And it's like, wow, it's that in itself is just a very emotional thing, and there's definitely references to himself. I feel like there were some references to the members as well, but I'm not sure exactly what. There was a moment where I saw like a soccer ball, and it just seemed very strange that anytime I've seen that in SHINee, I think their Japanese release after DCM, that had like a ball and some other things that were like representing. I think there was like a set of keys. I can't work out what Taemin and Jonghyun would be in that scenario, but there were lots of elements. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking because I'm just gonna be here forever. I am gonna watch Easy and No Parachute as well, and I'll come back to you with that. If you want to see the live or dance performances of Killer or Circle, come over to Patreon. Let's hang out. Let's talk about it. Let's dissect. Why did they do this to me? Okay.